Hey everyone, welcome to a new journey that could completely transform your life in just 1 week. Yes, you heard that right, just 1 week. I know it sounds unbelievable, but these 7 habits I'm about to share aren't your average productivity tips. These are real actionable steps that I personally integrated into my life, and the results were nothing short of amazing. Whether you're aiming to boost your productivity, improve your mental health, or simply feel more in control of your life, you've come to the right place. So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and stay with me until the end. You won't want to miss a single habit. Let's dive in. The first habit that changed my life was waking up early. Now, let me be completely honest with you. I was never a morning person. My bed was my best friend, and I used to hit the snooze button more times than I can count. Mornings were a chaotic rush, and I often felt like I was starting my day on the wrong foot. But I decided to give waking up early a shot. And let me tell you, it was a game changer. I started by setting my alarm for 5 a.m. The first few days were brutal. I remember dragging myself out of bed, feeling groggy and wondering if this was really worth it. But I pushed through, and by the 3rd day, something incredible started to happen. I began to appreciate the quiet and stillness of the early morning hours. There was something almost magical about being up before the rest of the world, when everything was calm and peaceful. With these extra hours in the morning, I found time for things I never seemed to have time for before. I started my day with a bit of light exercise. Nothing too intense, just some stretching or a short jog around the neighborhood. This not only woke me up, but also energized me for the rest of the day. I also spent some time meditating and setting my intentions for the day. These few moments of mindfulness made a huge difference in my overall mindset and productivity. Another surprising benefit of waking up early was that I no longer felt rushed. I had ample time to enjoy a healthy breakfast, sip my coffee slowly, and plan out my day. This unrushed start set a positive tone for the entire day. I was more organized, less stressed, and felt a greater sense of control over my time. One personal experience that stands out was the morning I watched the sunrise from my balcony. It was a simple yet profoundly beautiful moment. As the sky changed colors and the world slowly woke up, I felt a deep sense of gratitude and peace. It was in that moment that I truly understood the power of waking up early. Now, waking up early might not be for everyone, but I encourage you to give it a try, even if it's just for a week. Start with just 15 minutes earlier than your usual wake-up time and gradually increase it. You might be surprised at how much of a positive impact it can have on your life. It's not just about having more hours in the day, but about using those hours to create a more mindful, intentional, and fulfilling start to your day. Speaking of workouts, daily exercise was habit number 2 that truly transformed my life. Now, let me be upfront. I wasn't always the most active person. I used to find every excuse in the book to avoid working out. I'm too tired, I don't have time, or I'll start tomorrow. Sound familiar? But one day I decided enough was enough. I made a commitment to move my body every single day for a week, and the results were incredible. I started small, just 20 minutes a day, mixing it up between yoga, jogging, and strength training. I wanted to keep it interesting so I wouldn't get bored and quit halfway through. The first few days were tough. My muscles were sore and I felt exhausted. But I reminded myself why I was doing this, to feel better, both physically and mentally. By the 4th day, something amazing happened. I woke up feeling more energized. My mood had improved drastically. I was less irritable and more positive. I realized that those 20 minutes of exercise were not just about burning calories or building muscle. They were about giving myself time to focus on me, to release stress, and to boost my endorphins. One morning I remember lacing up my sneakers for a jog. It was a crisp, clear day, and as I ran, I felt a sense of freedom and clarity that I hadn't experienced in a long time. That sense of connection to myself and the world around me was truly empowering. I also started to see physical changes. My posture improved, I felt stronger, and I noticed a difference in my overall fitness. But the biggest change was in my mindset. Exercise became my time to disconnect from the world and reconnect with myself. It became a form of self-care rather than a chore. Incorporating daily exercise into my routine made me realize that taking care of my body directly impacted my mental health and overall happiness. It's not about being perfect or pushing yourself to extremes. It's about finding a form of movement that you enjoy and making it a regular part of your life. Start small, find something you love, and watch how it changes your life. Habit number 3 is journaling. Now, I used to think journaling was just for people who had loads of free time or were naturally introspective. But 1 week of consistent journaling completely shifted my perspective, and it became a cornerstone of my personal growth journey. I started simple. Every night before bed, I dedicated just 10 minutes to journaling. I bought a plain notebook and a pen. No fancy apps, no pressure to make it look pretty, just me and my thoughts. The first night I stared at the blank page, unsure of what to write. But then I began with something basic: how my day went, what made me happy, and what I struggled with. As the days went by, I started to dive deeper. I wrote about my goals, my fears, my dreams, and even my insecurities. I began to notice patterns in my thoughts and behaviors. Journaling helped me process emotions better, gain clarity, and feel more in control of my life. One powerful aspect was tracking my progress. I noted down small victories, and looking back at these entries filled me with a sense of accomplishment and motivation to keep pushing forward. I also started a gratitude section in my journal, and this simple practice brought more positivity into my daily life. Through journaling, I discovered a lot about myself, my desires, my strengths, and even my weaknesses. It became a form of therapy, a safe space where I could be completely honest without fear of judgment. If you've never tried journaling, I highly encourage you to start. It's not about what you write, it's about the process of writing itself. Next up, mindful eating. Like many people, I used to eat on the go, barely paying attention to what or how much I was consuming. My meals were often rushed and distracted, eaten while scrolling through my phone or working on my laptop. But mindful eating changed my relationship with food. Mindful eating is about paying full attention to the experience of eating. I made a commitment to eat all my meals mindfully. I cleared my dining table, set a place for myself, and removed any distractions. I began each meal with a few deep breaths to center myself and bring my focus to the present moment. I started to truly savor my food. By eating slowly and mindfully, I gave my body time to signal when it was full. This helped me naturally eat less, feel more satisfied, and even make healthier choices. I also became more aware of emotional eating and learned to address my emotions in healthier ways. Incorporating mindful eating into my life was a transformative experience. It helped me develop a healthier relationship with food, improved my digestion, and enhanced my overall sense of well-being. Habit number 5 is limiting screen time. This one was particularly challenging for me. We live in a digital world, and it's easy to get sucked into hours of scrolling or binge watching. But all that screen time was taking a toll on my mental health, productivity, and sleep. So I set a daily limit of 1 hour for non-work related screen time. The first thing I noticed was how much more time I had in my day. With those extra hours, I rediscovered hobbies I had neglected. My sleep improved, and I felt more focused and present in my daily life. Without constant digital distractions, I felt less anxious and more connected to myself and the world around me. Limiting screen time isn't about completely cutting out technology. It's about creating a healthier balance and being more intentional with your time. If you're feeling overwhelmed or disconnected, I encourage you to set some screen time boundaries. The 6th habit that had a profound impact on my life was practicing gratitude. Now, this might sound simple, but trust me, the effects are huge. I used to go through life focusing on what I didn't have, what wasn't going right, and constantly comparing myself to others. This negative mindset was draining and kept me from appreciating the good things in my life. So, I decided to start a gratitude practice. Every morning I would write down 3 things I was grateful for. They didn't have to be big. Sometimes it was as simple as being thankful for my morning coffee or a sunny day. But this simple act of writing them down shifted my focus. I began to notice more of the good around me, and suddenly the small annoyances that used to bother me didn't seem as important anymore. One morning I wrote down how grateful I was for my family. I realized I had taken for granted the love and support they had always given me. I made an effort to reach out to them more, expressing my appreciation, and this deepened our relationships. Gratitude shifted my mindset from scarcity to abundance. It made me more content with what I had and less focused on what I didn't. If you've never tried practicing gratitude, I recommend starting today. It's such a simple habit, but the results are powerful. It can make you happier, more positive, and more connected to the blessings in your life. The final habit that changed my life was reading daily. In the past, I would always say I didn't have time to read, even though I loved books. But I knew that reading would help me grow, whether it was learning new skills, gaining different perspectives, or simply relaxing with a good story. So I committed to reading for at least 20 minutes every day. I started by reading a mix of personal development books, novels, and articles on topics that interested me. Within a week, I felt like my mind was opening up in new ways. I was learning, growing, and feeling more inspired than I had in a long time. One evening, I stumbled upon a book that truly resonated with me. It challenged the way I viewed success and happiness, and it made me rethink the goals I was chasing. That moment was a turning point. It helped me realign my priorities and focus on what really mattered to me. Reading daily became a form of self-care and mental nourishment. It gave me fresh ideas, inspired creativity, and even helped me sleep better at night. Whether you read a few pages in the morning, during lunch, or before bed, this habit can open doors to knowledge and wisdom that can change your perspective on life. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 7 habits that transformed my life in just 1 week. Each of these habits has the power to create real, positive change, and I truly believe they can work for you, just like they did for me. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Small, manageable changes that lead to massive transformations. I'd love to hear from you. Which habit are you thinking of trying out? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's inspire each other. If this video was helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss future content. Thanks for watching, and remember, small changes lead to big results. Stay awesome, and see you.